My beloved umbrella pines, this time here at Ostia, Antica, on Thursday morning, November 15th, 2018. The Baths of Neptune. Friends, Romans, countrymen, Lend me your ears. Ooh, ooh. As I finish my visit to the extraordinary Ostia Antica, I can't help but think of what people 2,000 years from now will say about us. What will New York City, for example, look like 2,000 years from now? And will the people still living at that time, will they celebrate us or lament us? Will they scorn us as fools? I suspect the latter, because I suspect we will have long since blown ourselves up by then. After all, we're only, 73 years into the atomic age. a mere speck of sand in the flow of time. I think it'll be almost a miracle if we survive to 100 years past the introduction of atomic weaponry. Of course, people will survive the conflagration. And what will they say of us? I suspect not that we were wise, not that we were advanced, but that we were fools. Utter and complete mad fools. Now this, of course, assumes a postponement of the final judgment, which is a major assumption given the way things are shaping up these days. But still, will the people of 2,000 years celebrate us or scorn us? I suspect the latter. On this early afternoon of November 15th, 2018, I am in the EUR section of Rome in the south, which was built by Mussolini. Very different than the city center. Oh, and the SJWs, they hate it so much. Which was a large reason for my just having to come here. Let me put this through the little grating here. It says up there, a people of poets, artists, heroes, saints, thinkers, scientists, navigators, and transmigratori. From across the explorers, I'm not sure. It can't be immigrants, really. Come on now. I'll look into that later. Here in the EUR, I'm at the statue originally called the Genius of Fascism, but it's now been Baudelarized, and it's called the Genius of Sport. And the post-war Baudelarizers the post-war propagandists have placed on the hand, which was originally simply making a fascist salute, or one could say an ancient Roman salute and fascist salute. They've placed ancient style boxing gloves on his hands. So the statue is now the personification of sport, saluting the crowd in victory, or simply in magnanimity. But it was originally a fascist statue, making a fascist salute. I'm here standing basically in the middle of the EUR or the Exhibit Universal Rome, built under Mussolini for the 1942 World Exhibition. Oh, the SJWs, they can't stand it. These structures and inscriptions and statues have even been allowed to remain. They want it all erased. They want to flush it all down the memory hole. I read an article about that very subject recently. How the SJWs here in Italy can't stand that any of this abides. it's not enough for them to put boxing gloves on the statue. They want it all coming down. Just like the SJW Marxist scum in the United States want to tear down all the Civil War statues. Going to go ahead and wrap up my visit to the Ayor. This appears to be where the productive people congregate, the beautiful people. And interestingly, I've only seen one instance of graffiti on the walls here. Is it not tolerated? Is it instantly erased? Does it not happen at all? Do communist scum stay away from this area? That is because it is conspicuously absent here. In any event, I say goodbye to Ayor. I've just left the EUR area, the Mussolini fascist area, without a speck, or with barely a speck of graffiti. I'm now headed to St. Paul outside the walls, and the graffiti has returned. I'm amazed that the Romans tolerate this level of graffiti. I'm sure it's been an issue for a long, long time. But has it ever been this bad? I doubt it. Especially with the recent immigration of just totally alien peoples, for example, from sub-Saharan Africa. And this strange, seemingly disgruntled Sri Lankan or Indian underclass here, with lust burning in their eyes and anger as well, as I've noticed many times with that crowd. In any event, on to one of these 7 pilgrimage churches of Rome, St. Paul, outside the walls. Apparently the interior of this church is the second largest in Rome after St. Peter's. Therefore it must be even larger than St. John Lateran or St. Maria Maggiore, astonishingly. I shall see. Alright, as I'm on the corner now, I can see just how large this church is. Or at least I can get an idea of it. You never really have a true idea until you step inside. I'm entering St. Paul outside the walls. This is some truly awesome proportions. Yes, not far from the Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls, I see this disgusting graffiti. Nationalism is an illusion. Easy. I suspect they mean simple-minded. So let's say nationalism is a simple-minded illusion. And then Antifa. So the communist Antifa scum wrote this. And I'm sure much else that I'm seeing. All right, here I am in my room. I'm about to leave. I'm going to just chart my path to the place that I've eaten at the most. Oh, well, this is what my room looks like. I don't know if I've caught a full shot of it before. Today, November 15th, 2018, was a tremendous day. First I went to Ostia, Antica, and from there I went up to the IUR, or EUR, the old fascist complex of Mussolini, and from there I went to St. Paul outside of the walls, where rests the body of St. Paul himself. I've been meaning to eat at that little restaurant there, but I hardly ever see anyone inside. That's not a good sign. There's no one in there right now, but it's early for dinner. Here, it's just about 6 o'clock. And apparently people don't start eating until around 7. But eating fine meals has not been part of this trip. If I were not by myself, if I had a lady friend with me, that would have been, of course, more of a focus, but I've basically just been eating what they call street food here. It's already made, it's on display, and you just pick out what you want. And they heat it up for you. You can get a nice dinner that way for $3 to $5, or 3 to 5 euros. The other day I bought a focaccia bread with mozzarella and salami for $3, and it was good for both lunch and dinner. Alright, so this is a place I've been eating at more than anywhere else. It's the closest, and they have good street food, so I'm on my way.